Good evening, everyone. I'll call to order the regular meeting of the City Council of the City of East Ridge, July 24th, 2025. I'd like to invite Daniel Lance to come forward with True Life Church. He'll provide our invocation and lead us in our pledge. If everyone will stand, if able.
Heavenly Father, we are so grateful for all of the good stuff in our life. Your word tells us that every good thing comes from you. And we thank you for that. We thank you particularly tonight for our terrific city and our leaders. Your word tells us to pray for those who are in leadership positions above us. And tonight we say a prayer for the blessings that come from you in their lives, protection from you. We pray, Lord, to give them wisdom tonight as they entertain different ideas and motions. Help them, Lord, to have empathy for those involved, but also, Lord, to have wisdom and foresight to look forward for even greater things. Most of all, Lord, we thank you for your love, because it is your love that sustains us and keeps us, protects us, guides us. And tonight, Lord, I just pray that your will be done on earth as it is in heaven. In Jesus' name, amen.
Amen.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you, sir. Roll call, Ms. Claus.
Mayor Williams,
Here.
Vice Mayor Tyler,
Here.
Councilmember Cagle,
Here.
Councilmember Ezell,
Here.
Councilmember Witt, here, City Manager Miller,
Here.
City Attorney Litchford.
Harry Cash here for Mark Litchford.
All right, the first item we have on the agenda is the approval of the minutes of July 10th, 2025. I assume everyone's had an opportunity to review those minutes, and I'll entertain a motion.
Make a motion to approve the minutes from July 10th meeting.
Second.
Have a motion to approve by Councilmember Ezell and a second by Councilmember Witt. Do we have any discussion or corrections? I see none. Roll call, Ms. Claus.
Vice Mayor Tyler,
Abstain.
Councilmember Cagle,
Yes.
Councilmember Ezell,
Yes.
Councilmember Witt, yes, Mayor Williams.
Yes, minutes are approved. We'll move to the next item, communications from citizens. This is an opportunity for the citizens to come forward and address the council with any questions, concerns, accolades, and they'll have up to 5 minutes. No one is signed in, but if there's anyone in the audience that would like to come forward, now's your opportunity. I don't see anyone, so we'll move to communications of council members. I'll start on this side. Councilmember Cagle.
No, sir, I don't have anything.
Vice Mayor Tyler.
Nothing at this time, Mayor.
Councilmember Witt.
Nothing this time.
All right. So a couple things that I'll always want to talk about. East Ridge Parks and Rec. So there's so many activities. There's schedule. I encourage everyone to go out to eastridgeparkandrec.com or Facebook page. There's signups now for the outdoor soccer, baseball, softball, flag football, plus all the so many activities are going on in the Camp Jordan Arena and then throughout the entire park. So go and visit either one of those two locations, the website or to the Facebook page. Then I'm also going to mention the Fall Festival, which we'll continue mentioning for a few more months until it arrives. But Saturday, September the 27th, 10 to 5. Sunday, September the 28th, 11 to 4. Two-day event now. It's grown. We're excited about that. There's many things for the kids. Kids Corner, Petting Zoo, Pumpkin Patch, mini craft vendors, food court. Again, you can go out to eastridgeparksandrec.com and see that, and we're very excited to have that. And all the effort that is put into have this done with our staff is greatly appreciated. And then the library, there's so many great activities as well happening. Go visit them on Facebook. Also, I haven't mentioned this, but go sign up for a library card. If you're a citizen of East Ridge, it's free of charge. Non-residents, it's a simple $35 one-time charge, lifetime for the family. So we have an amazing library. They do a lot of activities, so I always like to plug them and talk about them. And then lastly, before I hand it over to the city manager, one thing I want to mention that we talked about this in council meetings, and it passed with our budget and everything, but seeing some people inquiring and asking and post about property tax skyrocketing. And I do want to say our property values have, if, I know mine has and many others, has increased. But the state of Tennessee requires that the tax rate goes to a certified tax rate, so it's readjusted. So the tax rate, if your value goes up, the tax rate's adjusted so the rate comes down, so it offsets the increase. So it should be a net zero of taxes paid. Now, that can ebb and flow based upon individuals, but it's an average across everyone. So our tax rate reduced from 1.25 to 7.79.
0.79.
So it came down to offset the increase in the value. So I want to make sure that's clear and that's understood. We, as a council, did not raise that rate, which would have been a tax increase. So just want to kind of reiterate that we're trying to hold, we're trying to be physically, financially respectful of the citizens' taxpayers' money and utilize it to the best of our ability and to be lean as much as possible. So I did want to mention that, and then I'll now hand it over to the city manager, Miller.
Thank you, Mayor. I have a couple items. First off, I just want to give an update on several of our projects going on right now. We see the multi-purpose building being constructed behind City Hall and the community center. At this point, the installation of the upper main roof is completed. The installation of metal panels and soffit on the east and west side is 60% complete. Ductwork is 75% complete. They're installing the sprinkler system. Their piping is complete. Soffit lighting is complete. Plumbing and electrical inspections have been passed. Still a lot of work to do inside, but a lot of the outside work is getting done. On the community center expansion, the demolition of the interior building is completed. The rough-in of the electrical installation is ongoing, and the plumbing installation is ongoing now. So we're seeing a little work there inside. The metal building or the expansion is not be coming to the city until mid-October, but there's a lot of work that we need to do between now and then. On the venue for 1921, that project should be completed by the end of the year. The community center expansion is looking to be completed in March, April of 2026. North Mac Smith Road, the widening of that project, they have completed the drainage on the east side. They'll be installing next week the curbing and then the sidewalk area, and then moving to demolish the asphalt on the east side and moving over to the west side. Caldwell Paving was granted the bid to do about $1.5 million in resurfacing within the city. They started, and then because of the rains and some equipment failures that they had to take care of, they are only 20% complete. They will resume that job August 4th. Not wild about it, but you can't force them to work when they don't have the equipment and when the weather's not cooperating. Just some statistical information that was provided to me by Cameron McAllister, our Economic Development Administrator. He also handles the grants for the city. But just to give you some ideas, we applied for 15 grants in 2024-25 fiscal year. We awarded 13 of those. Of the ones that we were awarded the amount cumulatively $2,176,873 in grants. Our local match that we had to commit to those was $362,522. I just bring that out to say that we do our best to utilize as grants to get projects done throughout the city. Small grants of $4,000, large grants to $100,000. So it all adds up and is able to complete projects that we would not be able to encounter and to look at completing should we not have financial assistance through the grant process. And then lastly, I've noted a lot of, I guess you could say, dialogue on social media about recycling and trash pickup. We do not mix recycling items with trash. We absolutely do not do that. every other week on the east side of East Ridge, we collect on Thursdays, every other week, recycling materials. On Friday, we do the central and we do the west side. Pick up recyclables. We take them to Westport. Our trash is taken, do you recall where our trash is taken to?
Transfer.
It's a transfer station. I can't think of the name of the company now.
City Waste.
City Waste, I'm sorry. They're two separate designated areas. They're not together. We do not mix it. So I just want to put that out there. Just seems like somebody got hold of his social media and now it's all over the place. And I just wanted to set the record straight. That's all I have, Mayor.
Thank you, sir. All right, there is no old business, so we'll move to the next item, which is new business. And item A is Resolution 3703.
Okay. A resolution of the East Ridge City Council to approve initiating a bond issue through the Tennessee Municipal Bond Fund in an amount not to exceed $400,000 for the purchase of a sanitation truck and a dump truck.
Thank you, sir. Mr. Miller?
Yes, we're looking at the street department to replace a 2009 F-750 dump truck with a new one that would be, along with a snowplow and a salt spreader for that. The total amount would be $160,248. On our sanitation, we're looking at a replacement of a 2006 rear-end loader with 145,000 miles on it. It's just about shot. That cost of that would be $236,060. We had proposed in the budget for 2025, 2026 to go out on a 5-year capital note in the amount of $400,000 at an interest rate of 4.45% through the Tennessee Municipal Bond Fund. This resolution before you tonight would be a resolution to send to the Tennessee Municipal Bond Fund, and they will turn around and draft up the resolutions which have pretty much the meat of the capital note in it, and would come back to the city. We would adopt that resolution, and then we would obtain the funds from that.
Thank you, sir. Council, I'll entertain a motion for resolution number 3703.
I make a motion to approve resolution number 3703.
Second.
Have a motion to approve by Councilmember Whitt. We have a second by Vice Mayor Tyler. Do we have any discussion?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
It seems to me that because it's such a small amount, I know it, saying that word don't sound right, but it is, that with the 5-year bond, it's gonna cost us extra $60,000. Why don't we just pay for it out of general funds? I understand what our general funds is and where we're at, but I don't think the $400,000 is gonna kill us.
If we take the $400,000 out of the general operating fund, then somebody's gonna fall by the wayside. We either have to take a program away, we have to either let individuals go. We don't have contingency in the general operating fund that was approved by the city council. If you're looking at taking dollars out, we could do that from the fund balance. Our fund balance has got committed $3 million for turfing, $1.75 million for 2 fire trucks, 1 aerial platform and the other. We're just above $9 million set aside. I did not want to go below $10 million. We had $14 million as the end of June 30th, 2025. 24, I'm sorry. We've already committed $4.5 to $5 million of that. We're down to 9. I don't like the idea of going below 10 million. That's just myself. We take $400,000, it's gonna take us down to at least 8.6 million. If we incur a catastrophic event that we saw occur in western North Carolina, we take that fund balance down to low. That money's not gonna come that quickly through FEMA if it ever comes at all. That's what my concern is. That money there is set aside as a rainy day fund for catastrophic events. unless we want to go out there and get loans from the banks on that. We got to commit a lot of the, through a general obligation bond. $400,000 is a lot of money, taking it from the general operating fund. Something's gonna have to fall by the wayside, if that's the way we go. If we wanna take it from the fund balance, council has the opportunity to do that, but I stand as what I said several times during the budget process, during the budget adoption process. I do not wanna see the fund balance go below 10 million. We're below that $1 million. I don't wanna go below 9.
Okay.
Thanks, sir. Good question. Anyone else? All right. We have a motion. We have a second. Roll call, Ms. Claus.
Vice Mayor Tyler,
Yes.
Councilmember Cagle,
Yes.
Councilmember Ezell,
Yes.
Councilmember Witt,
Yes.
Mayor Williams.
Yes. Resolution number 3703 approved. We'll move to item B, resolution number 3704.
A resolution of the East Ridge City Council approving the purchase of a replacement pickup truck for the sanitation department.
Thank you, sir. Mr. Miller.
Thank you. The city sanitation supervisor was involved in an accident on Page Road at Corley Avenue in Roswell, Georgia. He's coming back to check on one of our refuse vehicles. The accident was deemed not to be the fault of the city employee. The oncoming vehicle was outside of their lane and went head-on. No one was seriously injured. That was a good part of it. However, the 2014 Ford F-150 pickup truck was totaled. So we looked around to find a used vehicle, low miles, and we found one that would be a 2024 Ford F-150, four-wheel drive, very low mileage, less than 500 miles, pickup truck to replace truck number 42. The cost of this truck would be $38,650. A new truck on this would be upwards to $60,000 if we bid a new one. This is just about a new one, being a year and low mileage, so we thought that this would be the best buy. Be a four-wheel drive, so we'd be able to tow containers around and large bulk items onto trailers.
Thank you, sir. Council will entertain a motion for resolution number 3704.
Make a motion to approve resolution 3704.
Do I have a second?
I'll second it.
We have a motion approved by Vice Mayor Tyler and a second by Councilmember Ezell. Do you have any discussion?
Just a question.
Yes, sir.
If I understand it right, the guy didn't even have any insurance, correct? So this is costing our city.
Yes, unfortunately, you were absolutely right. I was sick to hear it.
Another question.
Yes, sir.
All right, so we're gonna be responsible for the other car that our truck hit due to the accident?
No, not the damage to his vehicle, no. Or his medical, if he has any medical. Just our vehicle.
Any other questions? Seeing none, roll call, Ms. Claus.
Vice Mayor Tyler,
Yes.
Councilmember Cagle,
Yes.
Councilmember Ezell,
Yes.
Councilmember Witt,
I have to abstain. I'm kin to Moss Motor Company.
okay, Mayor Williams.
Yes. Resolution number 3704 approved. We'll move to item C, resolution number 3705.
A resolution of the East Ridge City Council approving an interlocal agreement with the Chattanooga Area Regional Transportation Authority to provide transportation services for qualified residents of the city of East Ridge.
Thank you, sir. Mr. Miller?
Yes, sir. Thank you, Mayor. This would continue the service that we started back in 2018, providing transportation services through a car to minivan, what we call as a caravan services for senior citizens and disabled individuals. This would provide them transportation, for doctor's appointments and medical-related services, grocery store, pharmacy, and employment opportunities. Past, we have had the classification of entertainment. We've taken that out. The rates are pretty well established on page 2 of the agreement pricing, where the total trip would be $51 per trip, $102 round trip. The cities would be responsible for the amount of $47.50 per trip, and the passenger would be responsible for $3.50 per trip, double round trip. That's pretty much noted in the pricing. There's an automatic renewal, and then there's also a 30-day rights of termination. I'm not sure what their rates are gonna go up in the future. I would say since 2018, we're looking at the third rate increase on the city side to provide this service to the residents of our city. So we've had a lot of discussion on this during our budget process, and we consummated all this in writing, put together this agreement. It's been through the legal, it's been through my office, and it's before you tonight. It would actually started July 1st, but this agreement would be up to June 30th, 2026, unless either party decides they want to terminate it.
Thank you, sir. Council, I'll entertain a motion for resolution number 3705.
I make a motion to approve resolution number 3705.
Second.
A motion approved by Councilmember Witt and a second by Councilmember Cagle. Do we have any discussion?
Just a question. Back when we were talking about this and we were talking about cutting out some of the stuff, I think we had budgeted $100,000, I believe, in the past for it.
Yes, we put $100,000 in the budget, and the Hamilton County came through with an appropriation of $50,000 or $60,000, upon which the city is going to receive about $45,000 at the max. And CARTA will hold on to that, and they'll reduce our bill every month, portion throughout the next 12 months.
Is there a cap on our amount, or is,
No.
okay.
No, based on past experiences, we have about $145,000 between ours and there. We could go over 144. At that time, we would have to make the decision whether or not we can go over or cut the service altogether.
Okay.
I should also note too that this is not going to stop CARTA, especially as far as the caravan service, from obtaining grants from the state and or federal government, predominantly the federal government under the Transportation Act. In the past, CARTA has utilized federal grants to help subsidize this program.
Thank you. Anyone else? So just more of a clarification statement. So the $51 per trip, that is one-way trip. So if someone went to Dallas and back, that is
$102.
$102. So just a clarifying statement, just if anyone had questions. So if there's no other, I will roll call, please. Ms. Qualls.
Vice Mayor Tyler?
Yes.
Councilmember Cagle?
Yes.
Councilmember Ezell?
Yes.
Councilmember Witt?
Yes.
Mayor Williams?
Yes. Resolution number 3705 passed. We'll move to item D, resolution number 3706.
A resolution of the East Ridge City Council awarding annual bids for street department materials for fiscal year 2025 to 2026.
Thank you, sir.
Yes,
Yes,
Mayor.
Mr. Law.
This is, Mayor, for our annual material bids, asphalt, our lowest bids that we got in, that we received this past Monday.
Thank you, sir. Council, I'll entertain a motion for resolution number 3706.
Make a motion to approve resolution 3706.
Second.
Have a motion approved by Vice Mayor Tyler and a second by Councilmember Witt. Do we have any discussion? See none. Roll call, Ms. Qualls.
Vice Mayor Tyler,
Yes.
Councilmember Cagle,
yes,
Councilmember Ezell,
Yes.
Councilmember Witt,
yes,
Mayor Williams.
Yes, resolution number 3706 approved. Thank you. We'll move to item E, resolution number 3707.
A resolution of the East Ridge City Council approving an agreement with Preventia Security for services and maintenance of fire alarm and camera systems at various city facilities.
Thank you, sir. Ms. Qualls?
Yes, we have cameras, security cameras in various buildings. They are within this building. We have them outside. They are on the playground. We have at the dog park. We have them in all different locations. We also have the fire alarms that are, they are monitored. We are able to record and it's put on the cloud, so we're able to go back and check things if we need to. We have helped the police once or twice and they've wanted things that, where they can see going down the street. So we use it a lot. And it's gone over the amount of 10,000 for a year's service, so that's why it's come to y'all.
Thank you, ma'am. Council will entertain a motion for resolution number 3707.
I make a motion to approve resolution number 3707.
Second.
We have a motion to approve by Councilmember Witt and a second by Vice Mayor Tyler. Do we have any discussion? See none. Roll call, Ms. Qualls.
Vice Mayor Tyler,
Yes.
Councilmember Cagle,
yes,
Councilmember Ezell,
Yes.
Councilmember Witt,
Yes,
Mayor Williams.
Yes. Resolution number 3707 approved. We'll move to item F, resolution number 3708.
A resolution of the East Ridge City Council approving the acceptance of the fiscal year 2026 Animal Friendly Grant from the Tennessee Department of Agriculture in support of East Ridge Animal Services.
Thank you, sir. Mr. McAllister.
Yes, Mayor and Council. City Administration is requesting the approval from this body to accept the fiscal year 26 Animal Friendly Grant. This is going to be the first year that we've ever been awarded the Animal Friendly Grant, and it is used in partnership with the state of Tennessee to reimburse spay or neuter programs offered through our animal shelter. So this year, the award for the city, since it was the first year, was for $1,100. Typically, spay or neuter surgery ranges from $60 to $75. So with the award this year, we're able to offer anywhere from 18 to 22 vouchers, depending on the animals that may need surgery. Typically, the agency with the state will allow the awarded agency to set the requirements for the application. And so with the discretion of the Animal Services Supervisor, we've determined that the vouchers will be eligible for City of East Ridge residents only, individuals who may be experiencing poverty or low income status, veterans, or disabled individuals, also elderly.
Thank you, sir. Council will entertain a motion for resolution number 3708.
Make a motion to accept resolution number 3708.
Second.
Have a motion approved by Councilmember Ezell and a second by Vice Mayor Tyler. Do we have any discussion? I see none. Roll call, Ms. Qualls.
Vice Mayor Tyler,
Yes.
Councilmember Cagle,
yes,
Councilmember Ezell,
Yes.
Councilmember Witt,
yes,
Mayor Williams.
Yes. Resolution number 3708 approved. That is all that we have. Nope, back page. Sorry, we're printing on both sides. Thank you. Item G, resolution number 3709.
A resolution of the East Ridge City Council approving the submission of an application for funding through the statewide School Resource Officer Program for fiscal year 2026, authorizing the mayor or his designee to execute a memorandum of understanding with the Tennessee Department of Safety and Homeland Security, and authorizing the city to provide additional funding as needed to support the school resource officer positions.
Thank you, sir. Mr. McAllister.
Yes, Mayor and Council. We are asking for the approval from this body to renew the application for the fiscal year 26 SRO grant. Attached in the packet is the MOU between the East Ridge Police Department and the Hamilton County Department of Education to provide the 4 SROs within our local schools. This year, the funding allocation will be $300,000 with an endowment grant. So essentially the city will be given the money on the front end We will utilize those funds to pay for any expenses, equipment, or salaries, benefits, any other expenses that go into these positions. And if the funds aren't allocated or utilized by the end of the fiscal year, then we will be required to return those funds back to the state of Tennessee.
Thank you, sir. Council, I'll entertain a motion for resolution number 3709.
Make a motion to approve resolution 3709.
Second.
Have a motion to approve by Vice Mayor Tyler and a second by Councilmember Ezell. Do we have any discussion? Seeing none, roll call, Ms. Qualls.
Vice Mayor Tyler,
Yes.
Councilmember Cagle,
Yes.
Councilmember Ezell,
Yes.
Councilmember Witt,
Yes.
Mayor Williams.
Yes, resolution number 3709 approved. We'll move to item H, resolution number 3710.
A resolution of the East Ridge City Council approving a bid for fall/winter uniforms for the 2025 sports season for the Parks and Recreation Department.
Thank you, sir. Ms. Skiles.
Yes, Mayor and Council. On July 16th, the Parks and Rec Department opened sealed bids for this fall and winter's uniform bids. We received 4 bids and reviewed. We had Crown Sports that came in at $27,070, and they met all of our bid specifications. Liberty Apparel came in at $31,230, and that was an estimate because on their bid sheet they had put differences between youth and adult. Riddle was $141,000, and they only did a partial bid, and they did not include cheer. And then we had BSN Sports, which did $42,000, and they did a partial bid and did not include sports. After evaluating the submissions, staff is recommending us to do a contract with Crown USA Incorporated Sports. And I did have attachments in here, but I do not see them in the packet that I sent. I know Jackie likes to see what came in, and I can send those to you. I'm sorry.
Yeah, we don't have those packets in here.
Yeah,
So-
that's why it says attachment for review. I'd put the bid totals in. Councilman Cagle likes to see what came in on the uniforms, and it was in the packet. I don't think it got added for some.
I don't recall.
I'm not sure.
All right, well, in lieu of that, I'll go ahead and ask for, if anyone wants to make a motion for resolution number 3710.
I make a motion to approve resolution number 3710.
Second.
Have a motion to approve by Councilmember Witt and a second by Vice Mayor Tyler. Do we have any discussion? See none, roll call, Ms. Qualls.
Vice Mayor Tyler,
Yes.
Councilmember Cagle,
Yes.
Councilmember Ezell,
Yes.
Councilmember Witt,
Yes.
Mayor Williams.
Yes, resolution number 3710 approved. We'll move to item I, resolution number 3711.
A resolution of the East Ridge City Council to approve the installation of synthetic turf on fields 5 through 8 and the soccer stadium at Camp Jordan Park in partnership with Baseline Sports Construction and ASA Engineering and Consulting, Inc., at a total cost not to exceed $3 million.
Thank you, sir. Ms. Skiles.
Yes, Mayor and Council. The Parks and Rec Department, at your direction, excuse me, is requesting council's approval to proceed with the installation of synthetic turf at baseball and softball fields 5 through 8 and soccer field 14, which is labeled as the stadium at Camp Jordan. This project would be executed in partnership with the following vendors, which is Baseline Sports Construction and ASA Engineering Consulting. The project would not exceed more than $3 million, which was authorized in Resolution 3628 adopted on November 11th of 2024. In attendance, I do have our main construction person with Baseline Sports Construction is here, Steve. I have Jeff with ASA Engineering, and I do have our Shaw representative, which would be the turf installer here for any questions. And I actually have Jill Higdon in the audience, which is our biggest tournament contributor in East Ridge with Connect Sports, which is in town now playing. She brings the 5 largest tournaments into Chattanooga. I have her here too for any questions that you may have about the venue she plays in. She rents that have turf and stuff also.
Thank you, ma'am. Let's go ahead and get a motion, and we can ask questions during the discussion period, but I'll entertain a motion for resolution number 3711.
I make a motion to approve resolution number 3711.
Second.
Have a motion approved by Councilmember Witt and a second by Vice Mayor Tyler. Do we have discussion? Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Okay. I've been busy since this has been brought up this last time. And Clean Water Action people, they have done a thorough research thing on it. And the headlines is turf is artificial, but the harm is very real. All right, are we putting in synthetic turf or artificial turf?
Here, that way they can hear you. I'd rather get the experts.
absolutely. Yeah. The question was, is it synthetic turf or artificial turf?
Yes, sir, or are there any difference?
I don't believe there's any difference. I think that's just
Okay.
referred to as either one.
Okay. Are we gonna be using the, rubber infill I see on the specs here?
Correct,
Yes,
yes,
sir.
it's
Alright.
a sand and rubber blend.
All right, is that gonna be the rubber tire crumb refill?
Yes, it's recycled tire, yes, sir.
Okay. The rubber tire recycled crumbs, they are loaded with lead. They're very unsafe. And that's been documented year after year after year after year. Okay. Are you all required to list all the forever chemicals that are in this AstroTurf? Because it says right here that, what we know about synthetic turf, because manufacturers are not required by law to reveal all the chemicals used. So are y'all listing all the forever chemicals that are used in y'all's AstroTurf? And the reason why I'm asking this is the runoff into the water system containing the lead with the rubber and everything. And I don't know what chemicals the sun is gonna be baking out of this, producing gases, going into our pond over here with the runoff from when it rains and everything like that. So do you all list all y'all's forever chemicals in this?
Yeah, I think those are two different issues. One is the crumb rubber, and then also when you mention forever chemicals, I think that may be a separate issue in itself. Those are referred to a lot of times as a PFAS. That is actually used potentially in different manufacturing processes. To answer the first question regarding crumb rubber, I would just refer you and council to a EPA study done on crumb rubber specific to synthetic fields. I'll just read I'm referring to the Synthetic Turf Council website. It's a governing body for synthetic turf. But again, this is a EPA study that I'm happy to provide. I can't read, it is several hundred pages, but this is just the conclusion statement. The U.S. Environmental Protection Agency, Center for Disease Control, and Prevention/Agency for Toxic Substances and Disease Registry and Consumer Product Safety Commission released their tire crumb exposure characterization report, April 2024. The study found no significant difference in exposure from certain chemicals found between players who played on synthetic turf that used crumb rubber infill and those who played on grass fields. So there's a few different, that's just the main EPA study done on synthetic fields regarding rubber. The separate question talking about forever chemicals or PFAS, those are not used in the manufacturing process by any of our Shaw Sports Turf systems that we propose here. And I can provide documentation for that as well.
And in this research right here, it says some manufacturers claim that artificial turf is now PFAS-free, but this has not been supported by research. Can you give me something to research to support your
Yeah, the PFAS that you refer to is not used in any of the manufacturing processes, whether that be fiber or the backing material the turf's made out of. I'm speaking for Shaw.
The rubber backing on the turf is not got any PFAS chemicals in it?
No, that's not used in the process, no, sir.
Okay. Because they're listing 14 other studies that tested for lead, including a virgin rubber sample which contained lead with levels varying between playing fields. According to the U.S. Centers of Disease Control and Prevention, there is no safe blood lead level. And so here's 14 other studies that's stating that the lead is in it, and I don't know what they're speaking of the virgin rubber, because I couldn't get a definition of that, you know.
Yep, there's two components. There's the rubber infill, and then there is the actual turf product. The statement I was making towards the PFAS is they're not used, or we, Shaw, do not use them in the manufacture of these products. I would just, as far as Crum Rubber is concerned, we don't make rubber, but I would just refer you to the Crum Rubber study I cited, and there's a few others as well, just the EPA being the main one and most recent and most thorough.
But you made the statement you are using the recycled rubber tire.
Correct.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
It's a
Okay. How about the temperature differential in it? Because here it says this type of turf can also reach dangerous temperature of over 160 degrees Fahrenheit in the summer sun, while natural grass rarely exceeds 100 degrees. Kids have complained of skin burns, extreme heat penetrating their athletic shoes. So
yes, turf fields can get warm. They can get hot. So that is not a false statement. I will say there are measures and innovations that are out there now to help offset some of the temperatures on the fields, and we offer some of those at Shaw Sports Turf. So.
Okay, well, is it true also that you, after the 8 to 10 years lifespan of your turf, that you cannot take it to the landfill, throw it in the landfill, and dispose of it? How do you dispose of it? You just stack it up over here in the ball fields, and because if we get the soccer field, 4 baseball fields done this time, 8 years from now, we're going to probably have to redo it again. So how are we going to dispose of this stuff? We can't burn it or bury it because of all the lead.
Correct. You would have to dispose of it in a landfill. Something that is unique to Shaw Industries and Shaw Sports Turf is, and again, I'm just speaking for us, not the turf industry as a whole. We actually have the capabilities to take back synthetic turf fields at the end of their useful life and repurpose that into different things. The main thing we use it for is actually repurpose it into performance shock pad that we use underneath synthetic turf fields. So, that facility is in Dalton, Georgia. And with logistics of trucking and things like that, I mean, I think it's totally feasible and reasonable to think we would take back those turf fields and then repurpose them into a shock pad. That, again, it's either or. We can dispose in the landfill, but Shaw's commitment to sustainability as a company-wide has led to that solution. And so we don't have anything written in the proposal, I don't believe, to commit to that, but I don't see any reason why we couldn't.
And when we remove a field, we engage with Shaw to help us remove that and recycle it.
We've done that locally.
And the reason why I'm asking that is because you can't take it to the landfill because, if I'm not mistaken, Shaw and Mohawk and another carpet company down there is now in a lawsuit with Catoosa County over their landfill for dumping stuff in their landfill and contaminating their drinking water, their water the farmlands down there, and I hadn't heard the results or the outcome on that. I've been following it pretty close, so I hadn't heard anything on it, so, that's the reason for that question.
Yep, we can dispose of fields in a landfill, but, ideally, we would take that old field back, like you said, at 10, 11, 12 years. Being so local and home to Shaw, we would take back these fields and break them down and repurpose them into a shock performance pad we call NXT Play that we use quite often, and it's a neat process. I'd love to show you guys the facility.
Well, here's another con against you is NFL Players Association asked to only play on natural grass, stating that artificial turfs cause unnecessary injuries, especially non-contact injuries of the legs, the meniscus tears, the abrasion burns, turf burns, and the FIFA World Cup Soccer Association and the USA national soccer teams always required grass playing fields. Now I want to speak a little bit on the turf burns, okay? When you're running, you're sliding on that grass, artificial turf, well, you want to create more burns. And if the artificial turf is not treated right, have the right chemicals put in it, so we've got more of a substance of infection that's coming up because of the blood bearings and the feces that's coming out of the birds, and because natural turf AstroTurf will not let it, I'm gonna say, use the word digest it, like natural grass will. When it falls out of the skies, hits the ground, the earth will take care of itself. And so I decided to see there was a lot of problems there with abrasions, burns, and with the contaminations in it, because I read an article about where if it's not treated right, there will be mold, mildew, and everything else built up underneath it. And
Systems flush themselves. They're parking about 20 inches of rain an hour through and filtered through the stone base that is beneath it, so it does move through.
well, I hadn't got to there yet. Yeah. And the next thing is what I just touched on, is the fact that the natural grass has its own natural cooling system and, taking care of itself in the atmosphere and everything. And then here it says, if you can avoid AstroTurf, here are some tips for playing safer and reducing your exposure to turf-related toxic chemicals. And it gives about 12 right here, telling you what to do in case you're out there on it. And if I can read them all, but I don't see it necessary. Then here's a note. It says, all of the above concerns tips apply to playgrounds with rubber or recycled tire mulch. Best practice would be to utilize wood chips or and then the replacement of rubber mulch. So, and then this report here was done in September of 2024. So, and I've got another one here, but it's from a company out in California talking about it. And so it's basically naming carpets not to be used. So I'm not gonna go through all of it because I didn't see Shaw on here, because they're criticizing Lowe's, Home Depot, and people like them for the indoor carpet, and they're advising not to use it there for their kids to play on. So, I'm through. Oh yeah, and the rock deal. Okay. So you're saying that the rock is going to filter everything off to the contingency pond?
As rain hits it, it filters through the turf. The turf is permeable on the backing, enters the 6-inch stone profile, and it functions as a filter. It goes through a 4 or 6 ounce filter fabric underneath that. And those are specifications we have to abide by typically from engineers' designs.
So then where does the water leaves there and it goes to a contingency pond?
It enters a collector pipe system and exits the site.
Where to exit?
We've exited a site through a head wall into a slope embankment, grass profiles, just.
So it could be running into our neighbor's yard or down into a marshland or,
No, sir.
No.
Jeff Sykes with Ace Engineering. It'll be discharged directly out into either the pond or the creek or the conveyance. So for the soccer stadium, it'll directly discharge into the conveyance that runs along the walking path in that area, which will then discharge directly into the creek. And then the baseball fields 5 through 8 will discharge either into the pond or into the creek. It'll go into the system that runs basically on this side or on the ball field side of the walking path, and then it'll hit the regular drainage ditches there and discharge.
so it's gonna end up in our pond out there and,
Yes, sir. It'll be clean water.
okay, so they're gonna be using, recycled rubber tires, which are gonna be loaded with lead going into our pond. So the lead is gonna kill our fish, and our pond's got a leak, it goes into the Chickamauga Creek there. So I see a big problem with that, and because our filters are not gonna catch it all.
And I'm not aware of the lead content of the rubber. I know nothing
All
about
I know
that.
is what I read, and I read a lot, so. And another thing now, I'm glad you're up here, because this is to address you. I see your surveys, okay?
Yes, sir.
And he just made a statement they're gonna put the rock down about 8 inches,
It's 6 typically.
six typically, okay? And I notice in the packet that if we run into rock, then the price is gonna go up. Cause I know of a field down there that's got a slab of rock under it. Cause when the kids were down there back when they were playing with steel cleats, you could hear them going across the field, click, 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 click. Cause the rock is, so are we gonna core drill, test drill to find out anything like that?
We drilled a total of 8 wells out there over the course of the last several years.
Yeah.
I forget how many. I forget what depth we were hitting rock, but I want to say it was 30 to 40 feet down in the locations that we drilled.
Did you drill field eight?
And then we drilled several hundred feet into the rock, but we had coverage. We did not do pre-boring at the field locations, so we did not drill. I think our profile is a total of about 8 inches. So basically, I know we've got storm drainage pipe under there. I don't know the profile there, but we have dug several wells out there, several hundred feet deep, and typically we're hitting rock at about 30 to 40 feet.
But did you drill field 8?
No, sir.
That's the one because back when they were doing this,
Yes, sir.
I was down there a whole lot because I could get around a whole lot better. And that was the biggest complaint because they knew I worked for the city and they come to me and say, what can we do about the outfield in this field right here because of the rock? And they're not talking about rocks, they're talking about a slab.
Councilman, we can go out there and dig down through the profile. We can do that tomorrow just to make sure that we're not going to hit rock within the top 12 inches. And report back to Mr. Miller to let him know.
So then that's going, according to the packet, then that's going to raise the price to dispose of that rock or to get that rock out.
Typically,
they
if I
can-
encounter blue rock, I have to, what I call blue rock, which typically is the hardest rock you'll encounter in East Tennessee. I'll have to address that. But typically, if I hit sandstone, which is not uncommon in this area, it's an easy dig for the equipment.
Well, the reason why I asked this question about the rock is because, I don't know if Shauna was here or not, but back when we were putting up some new fields, we, just like Mr. Asaph said, down 30 foot, he hit big rock, and because we had to go around to the neighborhood, take pictures of the houses for when he went down there and started blasting to put poles in, so.
We will not go below the 8-inch profile.
Right,
so.
but I'm talking about the cost of removing it to where you could get down to 8 inches.
I don't encounter or expect to encounter what's going to be prohibitive for me to do what I need to do because the type of soils that are in the area. Again, I would be shocked if I encountered blue rock. It's the hardest rock. You typically find that in upper East Tennessee. I've not encountered it in Chattanooga, and I've done probably from Athens to Atlanta 50, 60 fields and not encountered that.
I will commit to getting out there tomorrow, digging down 12 inches to make sure that we don't hit rock in fields 5 through 8.
Well, let me be sure I'm on field 8. Field 8 is coming from the back parking lot down the walkway, and it's the field on the right. Okay, that's the one I'm talking about.
8, he goes 5, 6, 7, 8.
Yeah, that's the one I'm talking about, yeah.
When you said blasting, is that when we did the fences around the park?
Fences and telephone poles for something, for the telephone poles was years ago. Because they went out there and took pictures of the houses, got people to sign, just because we had to take pictures showing that they didn't, what cracks they had in the house, and so we wouldn't be accused of causing new cracks.
I can speak to the soccer field because we did do some digging around the soccer field over the years, and so I'm confident that there's not rock, unless there's an outcropping that just pops up, which is not typical. I'm confident that the soccer field does not have it, but I'll also check the soccer field as well.
No, Field 8 is the one that I'm pretty sure about. I don't know how deep it is, and if an aerator won't go down in through it, then it's pretty shallow.
But we have aerated Field 8, we aerated it last summer and then added sand to it and stuff.
Yeah, but
After
you
we
hadn't
did the
even
soccer fields, they go down about 3 inches, 2.5 to 3 inches, so, and we haven't hit anything over there, so when you go tomorrow, I wanna go with you, just to check.
All right, any other questions?
Just one. When you start that on field 5 through 8, if you're looking at the field, some of them have a canopy over the stands, some don't. I was told back when we were making all these repairs and making it pretty and everything, that they couldn't find the electrical lines right there. That's why they didn't dig and put the poles and put a canopy. Are we gonna be digging in any part of that whatsoever for this project?
Just the outlet pipe would be the only location. There's one crossover in that area that would go into, is it 8 that would, the
Yeah.
collector goes across?
And we already have that mapped out.
Okay.
We'll have to remove that drainage pipe that runs under that field. Is that 8?
Mhm.
We'll have to remove that drainage pipe that runs under field 8 so that it doesn't disrupt the drainage system for the.
I just knew they couldn't put the poles up to hold the canopy because they couldn't find the electrical that's supposedly underneath that.
We'll do a one call. That's a private property, so you'll have to engage somebody to come out and
Yes,
do it.
I'll have a private locator, plus we have the equipment to do our own location, so we'll, as you can imagine, that's something we deal with on a daily basis as we do
Right.
build.
And we'll mark it, so we'll be doing some of the survey as they're doing the work. So once they mark that, we'll pick those lines up so that you'll have a survey that'll show the location of them for future use.
Oh, yeah, I had a question. Is there an off-gassing period, or is it good to go as soon as it's installed?
It's good to go.
Good to go, right? And then the demand for turf. We have an organizer here that,
The mind is.
you organize tournaments, huh?
I do, yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
That sounds like a fun job.
Hey, I'm Jill Higdon, Connect Sports. We run some football
What do you
tournaments.
think the benefit of adding turf is going to be for us as far as bringing in more tournaments? Will it bring in more?
It will, yeah. It removes an uncertainty that comes with running outdoor events. We've actually moved several of our events down to Dalton because of the investment that they've made into their turf field. So when we're looking at a forecast, we know that we'll get on the field a lot quicker whenever there's turf.
Sure, and there's a definite market demand for that, so.
For sure, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, thank you. That's the only questions I have.
All about money.
All right, if there's no other questions, roll call, Ms. Claus.
That's safety.
Vice Mayor Tyler?
Yes.
Councilmember Cagle?
No,
Councilmember Ezell?
Yes.
Councilmember Witt?
Yes.
Mayor Williams?
Yes, resolution number 3711 approved. We'll move to item J, resolution number 3712.
A resolution of the East Ridge City Council authorizing the city manager to approve change order request number 4 for the North Mac Smith Road widening and improvements project for the realignment and construction of a drainage structure at North Mac Smith Road and Slater Road.
Thank you, sir.
Do you want to handle this, Jeff, or you want me to?
I can.
Okay.
Mr. Socks.
Our engineer?
Mayor and Council, there is a spot of water basically that is being detained right there at Slater Road, right in front of the Cracker Barrel. This was unforeseen, so basically all we're doing is we're tying into our storm sewer system. I think running an 8-inch pipe, 8-inch or 12-inch pipe, and then putting a catch basin there. I'll still stand by my last statement that the project will not overrun the original budget. I'm confident of that. This is an addition to collect that water and to make sure that we're not ponding water in the roadway.
Thank you, sir. Council will entertain a motion for resolution number 3712.
Make a motion to approve resolution 3712.
Second.
A motion to approve by Vice Mayor Tyler and a second by Councilmember Ezell. Do we have any discussion? See none, roll call, Ms. Qualls.
Vice Mayor Tyler?
Yes.
Councilmember Cagle?
Yes.
Councilmember Ezell?
Yes.
Councilmember Witt?
Yes.
Mayor Williams?
Yes, resolution number 3712 is approved. That's the last item on the regular agenda. We'll move to item K, discussion of tentative agenda. This will be August the 14th. There is no old business. Under new business, there's a public hearing for an unnumbered ordinance for property located at 842 South Germantown Road, tax map 186D-H-006, rezoned from R1 Residential District to C2 Commercial District. Mr. Howell.
Yes, Mayor and Council. Historically, this property has supported a variety of commercial uses made possible through the use on reviews, which have been granted by City Council. Most recently, the City Council granted a approval for the property to be used as a medical clinic. The applicant, Mrs. DeFilia, is now seeking formal permanent rezoning to C2 to ensure long-term consistency with the current and intended use of the property. Proposed zoning aligns with the property's historical usage and supports its continued function as a small-scale operational site. Following the review on the July 7th, 2025 meeting, the Planning Commission voted to approve the request to rezone.
Thanks, sir. Council, any questions? I see none. The next item is the actual ordinance for that, so we'll move past it. And then we have the next items is a public hearing for unnumbered ordinance, property located at 1171 South Seminole Drive, tax map 168C-F-026, rezoned from R1 Residential District to RZ1 Zero Lot Line Residential District. Shall.
Yes, Mayor and Council. So this proposed rezoning is intended to accommodate the development of two single-family dwellings on the subject parcel. The RZ1 zoning classification provides a reduced maximum lot and street frontage requirements, which would allow the applicant to maximize the use of the parcel. The RZ1 zoning district the RZ1 district is used in areas that support high-density residential development and transitional zoning. Following the review for the July 7th, 2025 meeting, the East Ridge Planning Commission voting result in a 2-2, which 2 members in support of the rezoning and 2 members opposed. The Planning Commission is forwarding the rezoning request to the East Ridge City Council for review. The request to render the final decision regarding the proposed zoning change.
Thank you, sir. Council, any questions? I see none. The next item is the actual ordinance following that public hearing, so we'll move to the next item, which is E, an unnumbered resolution approving the execution and delivery of a development agreement with JDH Company, Inc. relating to the project in the Border Region Retail District. Miller?
Yes, sir. Thank you, Mayor. This is a development agreement for JDH Company. This goes before the Industrial Development Board, IDB, it went last week and was approved unanimously. So this would be scheduled before the City Council at their meeting of August 14th for consideration for approval.
Thank you, sir. Council, any questions? I see none. The next item is an unnumbered resolution approval and execution and delivery of a development agreement with East Ridge Investment LLC regarding to a project in the Border Region Retail Development District. I'll get the D's right in a minute.
Yes,
Miller.
ER Investment LLC, they're proposing to do a small little strip shop at the northwest corner of Belvoir and Ringgold Road. I know as long as I moved here in 2016, that's been a vacant parcel of property with a not vacant, but with an older gas station on it, but it's been unused or untapped for a while. Anyway, they're proposing 3 bays. One bay would be for a restaurant, another one for a convenience store, and the third one for a coin laundromat. Went before the Industrial Development Board, IDB, a week ago and was approved, and therefore will be scheduled before the City Council for consideration of approval of the development agreement at the August 14th meeting.
Thank you, sir. Council, any questions?
Yes. Really not referring to that, but in general, like the Helton, for instance, does it go back, if it's approved, let's say it's approved in August, does it go back to the sales to when that was a completed project, or does it start after we approve it?
The sales, it starts when the sales starts collecting, after the development is completed. So if it takes.
And it's been completed. We're talking about Helton's now.
Oh, you went back to J.D. Hilton?
I'm going back
Okay, I
in
thought you were talking
general
about the one, this one.
Well, it relates to both because
Okay.
his isn't completed yet, but one is.
Right.
Does it go back to when his is completed and the sale started?
No, it would actually start at the time that it would be recorded with the state.
Okay. Gotcha.
Okay. All right. Any other questions?
That was a good question.
Yeah.
Oh, you got one? Go ahead.
No, I was saying, comment, Jeff, good question.
Oh, the, up here at Belvoir, they have till, when is the last date they have to have?
They
the
have
cash
to have
register?
they have to have the cash register open for business and selling to the public by June 30th, 2027. 23 months from now.
Right now, has the, Board of Regents been given on the building that's there or the whole building site? Cause I noticed.
It would be for the whole.
Original building is staying and they're adding 2 additions on each side.
This is the parcel.
No, they're
It's the
tearing it
parcel.
down. They're demolishing the existing building and building a new one.
Well, it's my understanding is whether they're tearing it down or they're adding to it, it's based upon the parcel. So the Board of Region agreement is based upon the parcel where the,
Yeah, the whole
so it's the
entire
parcel. And I see Squaw shaking her head. So it's not part of the building, it's the entire parcel.
You have
Lot.
a site plan in the rear part of this,
Yeah, I'm looking for it.
and it shows what the development is gonna look like on a front elevation. And then you have, what the 3 buildings are going to be look like when it's completed, kind of a site plan, which is Exhibit C.
Yeah, the page after the blank page, Exhibit C, you'll see that the 3, actually, I think it's 1 building, but 3 sections on that parcel.
Yeah.
But it shows an existing building on this page I'm looking at.
Right.
Yes, but that's the sheet index, that's the location map of what's there today. The other one is gonna have, at the top, you'll see the Ringo Road development at the top. You have 3 of them right in a row. It's called,
Yeah, I see that,
yeah.
but I'm looking at.
And then the following page, which would be Exhibit C, shows the site plan, kind of a diagram of what it's gonna look like.
That's what I've got, it says, proposed additional, existing, so the building there, existing means staying.
You can. And any cost associated with refurbing and then adding the 2 on the side will be Board of Region expense. And there is a baseline of $17,000.
So they have to have 1 cash register working or 3.
Actually, 2, because 2 of them are retail and 1 of them is service. On the coin laundry, they
Don't
don't
collect.
generate any sales tax on that.
Okay, that's right.
Yep.
Took me a second, there's a typo. It says exiting building. On the concept site plan.
Yeah, exiting
I was
building
like-
instead of
I was
existing.
looking for existing, it says exiting.
building that's existing there is turned slightly.
I was like, what is existing? Exiting.
Yeah, I know. I saw the existing.
Exiting. All right, any other questions? I see none. So we'll move to the next item. It's unnumbered resolution approval of purchase of vehicles for East Ridge Police Department. Chief Usleton.
Mayor Council, this is to purchase 6 patrol SUVs through statewide contract. The total price would be, well, they're $57,440 each, a total of $344,640, of which $77,364 of that would come from our drug fund, and that's for the upfitting of the vehicles with the cages, lights, and various equipment.
Thank you, sir. Council, any questions? I see none. The next item is another unnumbered resolution approval of purchase of patrol rifle packages for East Ridge Police Department. Yes, sir.
Mayor and Council, the East Ridge Police Department wishes to purchase firearms, namely patrol rifles, to replace aging equipment currently fielded by our officers. We received a quote from Troy Industries for the patrol rifle packages in the amount of, I apologize, my papers got mixed up. It's $23,114 for the 13 packages.
Thank you, sir. Council, any questions? See none. Thank you, Assistant Chief Creel. We'll move to the next item, another unnumbered resolution approval of purchase of firearms training simulator for East Ridge Police Department. Creel?
The East Ridge Police Department does not currently possess a firearms training simulator. We often have to use neighboring agencies, either Catoosa or Hamilton County Sheriff's Office. We looked at packages. The going rate was around $90,000. Recently, I went to a sales presentation held by the Department of Education. A company came in, Laser Ammo, demoed their system. I participated in that demonstration. It's not only a firearms training simulator, but also a force-on-force simulator, as well as fixed targets using current inventory items, as well as their laser units. The total price for this training simulator came in a little over $19,030.41 for the simulator, the force-on-force equipment, and the fixed target.
Thank you, sir. Council, any questions?
Where does this simulator go?
Anywhere. This is mobile. It uses a laptop and a projector. I can project it on any wall or any flat surface, as well as the force-on-force gear. It goes on the officer's body and uses laser training units to simulate a scenario of our choosing, to simulate a force-on-force scenario of whatever we design, either an active shooter, a burglary in progress, a robbery. The sky's the limit. And the fixed targets can be used by our tactical team to simulate room entries where they excite laser reactive targets with their weapon systems with a laser affixed to it without having to use a role player. So to answer your question directly, anywhere I want to.
Yep.
I got power.
Got power.
Yeah.
Any other questions? I have one. So I attended the training simulation for the Citizen Police Academy, and we went to the Sheriff's Office. How does this compare to that simulation that we experienced?
You'll have to refresh my recollection. Did we go to Hamilton County or Catoosa County for yours?
Hamilton County.
Hamilton County. Similar.
Okay.
This uses a projected image with scenario-based training that is filmed and put into the software. There is branching options available to the person running the simulator. So we put you into the scenario, your encounter with the subject, you're conversing with a person on screen. I can choose where that person complies, pulls a weapon, pulls a cell phone, etc. A good benefit to this system is we own the software, we own the licensure. We don't have to pay a continued fee for updates or software licensing.
Awesome, because that was a very good simulation, so it's very similar. That's awesome.
Yes, and with a lot of improvements based on the
I'm sure.
hardware end, because I went to a 6-day school to run that simulator. This is so much better.
Awesome. Thank you, sir. So we'll move to the next item, J, another unnoted resolution, approval of the purpose to provide professional veterinary services for East Ridge Animal Shelter. Chief
Yes,
Olson.
we're requesting that we enter into agreement, a professional service agreement with Dr. Jessica Pruitt. She is a veterinarian. She will provide services on site at the shelter on 2 different days a week. Also provides us with an opportunity to do some of the community outreach stuff like the rabies vaccinations. We have a couple of those scheduled through the year. The money for this was included in this year's fiscal budget.
Thank you,
And we
sir.
should stay slightly under what we'd budgeted.
Awesome. Thank you, sir. Council, any questions?
Is she gonna be one that can perform the spade and neuter?
No, we don't have the medical facilities to provide for that. It's something that we could possibly look at in the future, but we don't know the cost of actually having a facility that would meet state standards.
Okay.
Any other questions? See none, we'll move to the next item, another unnumbered resolution, approval of the 2025 Parks and Rec Athletic Soccer Field Equipment and Field Maintenance Supplies bid. Ms. Giles.
Yes, Mayor and Council, we opened bids yesterday at 2:30, and I will make my recommendation at the August 14th meeting for our supplies for fertilizer, rye, miscellaneous things that we do use on our soccer fields within the next year for council's approval.
Thank you, ma'am. Council, any questions? I see none. The next item is an unnumbered resolution. We have a few of them. So this is to memorialize the appointment by Mayor Williams to the East Ridge Planning Commission to fill an unexpired term. I believe that's from Mr. Lance. I'll ask if there's any questions after we get through these. The next one is an unnumbered resolution for memorializing the appointment of Mayor Williams to the East Ridge Housing Commission for an unexpired term. And then the last is unnumbered resolution memorializing the appointment of a council member Ezel to the East Ridge IDB board to fill an unexpired term. I believe all these have been advertised. I know at least 2 that's coming. We'll need to follow up and make sure that the council member Ezel's has been advertised as well.
Yeah.
It has? Okay, so all 3 have. Perfect. Any questions, council, on any of those 3? Awesome. That's the last item on the tentative agenda for August 14th. Is there any other business we need to consider during that meeting that we know? All right.